It's a feud that's been dubbed one of the biggest in showbiz. Eamonn Holmes versus Phillip Schofield. A war which shows no sign of slowing down, tearing lumps out of Phil for years. Some have said Eamonn's hatred is some kind of personal vendetta, and rumours are abound in the industry that the GB News host is consumed with jealousy over Schofield, which stems from Eamonn being axed from the Friday slot on This Morning. What is it about that show? It seems to turn its former presenters into deranged savages. Must be all that alleged toxicity, mustn't it? Amid the fallout from Phillip Schofield's castaway digs at the people he believes threw him under the bus, Eamonn Holmes lashed out, saying if he was one of them, he's proud to have done it. However, things stepped up a notch when Phillip Schofield retaliated, with suggestions that Eamonn made jokes about him being gay when he came out on live TV, and mocking his marriage breakdown with Ruth Langsford. But Eamonn appears unbothered by the recent remarks, with a source close to the star saying that he hasn't been affected by any of this. They said, he finds it laughable. Phillip is just desperately trying to blame everyone else, when the reality is Phillip needs to look in the mirror to see who is responsible for what happened. The source continued, it's particularly funny to see claims that Eamonn is consumed by jealousy. His view is what's he got to be jealous of Phillip over? The only way he was able to get back on TV was taking himself off to a desert island. Ouch. Eamonn Holmes and his estranged wife Ruth Langsford anchored the Friday segment on This Morning for 14 years, before they lost their slot in a show shake-up in late 2020. But according to reports, a source close to Phillip Schofield revealed the real reason he lost his job. They said, Eamonn and Ruth leaving was all down to ratings, and because editor Martin Frizzell joked that he couldn't bear to watch him eat on TV. We wonder if it was pizza. We digress. An insider revealed how Martin's aversion to Eamonn's eating during the cooking segments became a running gag behind the scenes. Chefs do cooking segments on This Morning, and Martin's dislike of the sight of Eamonn chomping on whatever had been cooked up became a joke that he shared among people working on the show. Hitting back, an insider said, it's odd for people to be suggesting Eamonn didn't have a good relationship with the This Morning team. He got on well with the entire team, and is still in touch with many of them, and many of them are far from complimentary about Phillip and what he was like during his years presenting on the This Morning sofa. Responding to claims that Phil found it amusing that Eamonn's recent marital woes with Ruth Langsford hit the headlines, after he had slammed Phillip multiple times on his GB News show, an insider said, it's total nonsense to suggest Eamonn was making jokes about Phillip being gay. People have got short memories. It was Eamonn who sat down with Phillip when he came out and announced he was gay on ITV. Eamonn gave him a big bear hug, and made it clear to him privately he was there for him. It's what happened after that, which Eamonn and others at ITV have a problem with. In response to Phillip Schofield's claims that an ITV colleague threw him under the bus, a source close to Eamonn retaliated, saying, Phillip is going around trying to get people to feel sorry for him, when the reality is he's brought everything that's happened upon himself. He just needs to own it, and stop trying to hit out at everyone else. Eamonn has no relationship with Phillip these days. They're not friends. But his conscience is clear over everything that has happened in the past between them. Recently, a source close to Eamonn revealed that his dislike for Phillip became so severe that he has no regrets about his outbursts sparking issues at the end of his marriage to wife Ruth Langsford, who is still a regular star on fellow ITV favourite Loose Women. A source said she felt awkward that her spouse was speaking out about the channel, and how he felt betrayed by them. A source said, Eamonn's dislike for Phillip existed for a long time, but it became very public at the end of his marriage to Ruth. And as his hatred for him and ITV grew, the cracks in their relationship grew deeper. Ruth became a bit dismayed at Eamonn for making repeated digs at ITV, after they were axed from This Morning. Ruth wasn't over the moon about it. But given she was still a cemented member of the Loose Women family, it made things somewhat awkward for her to have Eamonn criticizing ITV. But Eamonn loathes Phillip and has no regrets about what he said, and certainly doesn't think he threw him under the bus. He doesn't regret any of his behavior. He believes he's addicted to fame, and he can't believe he's attempted to relaunch himself with his documentary. Eamonn is trying to move on with his life, and has no plans to ever make it up with Phillip. Eamonn Holmes and Phillip Schofield have known one another for about 3 decades. While Holmes hosted GMTV, Schofield presented this morning before Holmes joined him on the daytime show in 2006. At the time, in a bid to keep the peace on the ITV daytime program, Holmes and Schofield had tried to keep their mutual resentment to themselves. Nowadays, both have given up on such pretenses. They openly despise one another so much that they would cross the road to avoid having to even look at each other. According to a source, who revealed, it's usually women who fall out in show business, but Eamonn and Phil's is by far the bitchiest, most vicious fallout in television. They hate one another. Eamonn cannot stand Phil, and while he never used to talk about it, now he just doesn't care. He thinks Phil is a disgrace and a liar. But now Eamonn Holmes is said to be shrugging it all off, and seems to be putting his focus onto his new girlfriend Katie Alexander. The pair are said to be plotting another sun-soaked getaway to celebrate his 65th birthday, and no doubt a break from the Schofield drama will be good for them. Counsellor Katie is also planning to throw a glitzy Showbiz bash when the star reaches the landmark age in December. The lovers went public with their relationship in the summer with a glitzy Mediterranean cruise. A source close to the pair said, they are looking at doing something special for his 65th birthday, but this time they are thinking of the Caribbean. A cruise is the best option for Eamonn due to his mobility issues linked to his back problems, and offers them far more privacy and the possibility for relaxation than a conventional resort holiday or city break. Katie wants to throw a party for him in London as well, with a select guest list of his family and some Showbiz pals, but Eamonn isn't so sure on that score. He would prefer to keep out of the limelight, but Katie is adamant he should not let the day slip past without it being celebrated properly. Meanwhile, Katie has told friends she is in it for the long haul with Eamonn, and she's been helping him through the split from Ruth, but her friends say she is at pains to point out that their friendship has only grown close once Eamonn and Ruth's marriage was over. So, will Eamonn Holmes be able to put the past behind him, relax on his holiday and forget about Phillip Schofield? What will be next in the Phil vs Eamonn saga? Well, can it really get any worse? Possibly. The fact that the feud between the former This Morning presenters has been going on for so many years, we predict that it will be set to continue, especially if Phillip Schofield manages to bag himself another TV gig off the back of his Channel 5 show Castaway. But with Eamonn's health woes and new girlfriend Katie Alexander to shower attention on, perhaps it's time for Eamonn Holmes to move on. After all, his obsession with Phillip Schofield has already allegedly cost him one relationship, and if it continues, it might just cost him another. Like and subscribe for more journeys through the blinker hole. For entertainment purposes only.